Yes, so we would like to take the second presentation on the centralized vermi-biofiltration system for urban wastewater valorization, a techno-ecological approach to household sewage management by Osei'S and Nyarko. Because we've run out of time, I would plead with you to do about 7 minutes, if that will work for us. About 7 minutes. 7. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so I will begin once the presentation is here to be loaded. So we'll be looking at a technological approach to household sewage management. When we look at today, throughout all the presentations, we see one thing which is very common, the presentation. Environment, then we talk of our social, and the governance. How does these three pillars come in when we talk of sanitation and waste management? The sub-Saharan African is rapidly growing at an annual rate of 2.5% yearly. In Ghana, our growth is around 3.4% annually. In Accra alone, we are generating about 3,000 metric tons of waste on a daily basis. And this waste, we have about 60% which is linked to organic matter, which is sewage and sanitation. This brings us to an infrastructure which is very overwhelmed. And then we have public health risks and environmental degradation. And so on a yearly basis, people are dying from poor sanitation and the widespread of diseases. How can we combat this issue and what is the solution forward? And so this is a research topic addressing today's challenges of urbanization and how sanitation play a part. So we're going to a triple challenges, which is unsafe sanitation, unaffordable systems, and wasted resources. Wasted resources in the form that technology has proven to us that by treating the household water, we'll be able to salvage the water that goes onto the waste. Today, in a typical household, you will see we do the building, the piping connections, and then the sewage system is connected to a gutter in the house. And all this gutter goes to the municipal waste. The sewage in the house are not treated, and it ends up adding to our general wastewater. And so, in Tema alone, if you go to their treatment plant, it's not working. And so this water, or this untreated water, ends up into the sea, killing aquatic animals and causing environmental degradation. So we have two risks here, public health and environmental risks. Untreated sewage causes about 80% of groundwater fecal contamination, 34% prevalence of waterborne diseases, and globally, we have about 432,000 diarrhea deaths annually. And this is Ghana challenges. How then can we overcome these challenges by scientific research? Our approach is to design, implement, and evaluate a decentralized vermi-biofiltration system for household sewage management that is low cost, modular, and resource recovering, which is suitable for urban and peri-urban Ghana. What we want to achieve is that we want to develop and optimize a treatment train, which is 3-in-1. One, we talk about anaerobic digestion, vermi-filtration, and a granular filtration system. And then we'll be able to assess the performance of this filtration system and see how we can quantify the nutrient savings in this regard. And so this project was done in Tema. So in a residential building, all the toilet systems was connected to a biodigester. Then the biodigester is connected into a filtration mechanism. Then the wastewater from the house, which is the grey water, talking about the water from the kitchen, the laundry, the bathroom, is also connected to the filtration system. And then it filters the water. The water is being stored in a tank, and then the treated water is used to water the vegetation in the house. The performance of this result shows that we recovered a lot of nutrients from the treated water. Nutrients like sodium, potassium, magnesium, and a lot of nutrients was collected from this project. At the end of the day, we were able to save about 80% of the water from this research. Now, this is a break, knowing that today in most of the houses, people are now using septic tanks. But septic tanks has a limitation because septic tanks are, one, very costly, they are unsafe, and then they also provide unsuitable in-dense settlement. We have had several reports of people drowning into septic tanks. And so we have to look for an alternative system to septic tank. And the decentralized borough system is the alternative to these septic tank systems. And so by incorporating a biodigester in the house connected to a filtration mechanism, storing the water and then using the water to water vegetation in the garden shows that, one, we are thinking of the environment. It aligns with the SDG 6, which is clean water and sanitation, SDG 11, sustainable cities, and 13, climate action. And so climate action in the sense that the water which is being recovered from the treatment system is used to water vegetation in the garden. At the same time, you're able to also generate biogas from this system through the anaerobic of the process, and you're able to get methane gas as a result from this system. Now, talking about treatment performance as a research findings, at the end of the research, samples were taken to Ghana Water Research for analysis. The research shows that we were able to remove about 58 of total suspended solids from this filtration system, and also we were able to reduce biochemically oxygen dissolved water and also COD from this report. So at the end of the day, we were able to save about 40% of fresh water into the system. What is currently being done is community adoption. And so when Adoma State was doing the presentation, he mentioned that they are also using wastewater treatment in their system. And so what we will intend to do is to collaborate with building companies to see how they can also incorporate this technology into their building plan. And so a new design or a new building will have this technology incorporated, whereby the wastewater from the house will not be connected or piped to the gutter, but they will be used to filter the water, and the water will be used as a irrigation for the house. And those who encourage that people will plant trees in the house and then use the water in the house for vegetation. And so this study contributes new evidence that eco-integrated decentralized sanitation systems can simultaneously address urban health risks, which is very affordable and sustainable, offering a applicable model for rapidly urbanizing regions. Because of our time, we'd like to end by saying that in the future, you will be able to conduct a cost-benefit analysis, and then you will see how you can employ the technology by using the water in agricultural community. Thank you.
Thank you very much for this presentation. Are there any questions for him? Okay.
Check the quality of the water after. Did you test to know whether it's good for agri?
Yes, the quality of the water was tested. Samples was taken to the Ghana Water Research, and then we have the test results. After the test, microbes like Salmonella was absent, Vibrio was absent, E. coli, there was a 10% log reduction from E. coli. And so we also have a 98% reduction of COD and 68% of COD. And so it's also good. And then we have the results from that one.
Thank you very much.